Hello everybody, welcome to the third episode of Mining in Space. Today we're going to talk about asteroid mining a little bit, but we're also going to introduce Biz, our new VP of Marketing for Expo Sol. She's new to the business, she's learning about asteroid mining now, she's learning with us also. She's very energetic, and if you'd like to get in contact with her, feel free to contact her through any of our social media. Through any of our social media is how you get in contact with her. She also has a brand new line of merch she's been working on with us. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of like shot glasses, some new designs, some colorful logos.
Yes.
And
you want to check it out?
Somewhere there's some merch somewhere. Link in the description below. Check us out. And say hi.
Hi, guys. You guys can ask me some questions.
Okay. Let's ask some questions.
So what is Expo Sol? What sets it out from other space stations?
We are a company on the mission of making an asteroid mining company, first and foremost, and then moving on to the broader spectrum of space industries. What sets us apart is we have a plan to be the customer of SpaceX and utilize their Starship design to start us off. So I guess that would be the biggest thing that sets us apart. I don't know anybody else that's trying to utilize a Starship like that. But yeah, I guess that's what sets us apart. Sorry about that, kids.
What inspired the idea of starting Expo Sol?
There's an asteroid called UW 2011. Right, it might have another number in there or letter, but it's definitely like UW 2011. It's worth, yeah, estimate about 5 trillion in platinum group metals, mostly platinum. And well, I like money. And then with all this new green tech, it needs a lot of advanced metals to make advanced technology. And these are super expensive things. So on top of making money, I can also it helps out the environment.
How did you start Expo Sol, and what excites you most about this?
It started out as just a thought, if I could do it, could you actually ask for money? And from there, it grew and grew, and then I started the Star Hopper test with Starship from SpaceX, and then they showed the first iteration of Starship design, and I thought, I could turn that into an asteroid miner. That's kind of how it started. It's just that all of that and going there, that was many years ago.
And what excites you most about
The fact that it might actually work. I mean, it should actually work. I mean, as long as we get funding, that's what we like, as long as we get the money to build it. And with it, with a few select asteroids, we can make a profit off of them. Enough of a profit to fund the next generation of large-scale crafts. But that's what excites you most about it.
Alright. And why do you believe asteroid mining is the next frontier in space exploration?
Because asteroid mining will provide us a large volume of materials at no environmental impact to accelerate technology. Because a lot of these higher tech things need higher tech materials, such as like platinum and iridium and gold and silver. And they do exist on Earth. Most of iridium really doesn't, but a lot of them do. But they're very hard to get, and you have to destroy large stretches of environment to get them. And
I'm sorry.
I can actually isolate that a bit. Sorry, the director was coughing. The next frontier, why I feel asteroid mining is the next frontier in space exploration is because we've already done the moon. We've already done. Musk is about to do Mars, and going to the moon or going to another planet is awesome. Don't get me wrong, it's very awesome. And setting up a colony on Mars will eventually be profitable, but at first it's going to be a money sink. But it's just fine. I mean, I'm all for it. If I had the money to invest just for that reason, I would just donate it, honestly. But asteroid mining provides us with the way to make the large capital we need to make us a space race. I think it's time for humans to move into the galaxy versus the solar system, and asteroid mining will provide us the means and the money to fund the basic exploration of the solar system and the basic industrialization of the solar system. Allowing us also to just become that sci-fi race that we should be. Like, you watch the sci-fi movies, they're all cool, and it's like, why can't we make that happen? Not at all.
For people who aren't familiar, what exactly is asteroid mining and why is it important, and why would you want them, and what would you want them to know?
It's a way for us to provide large amounts of minerals at actually a decent cost without destroying the environment. Some of them are super rare anyway, so they're hard to find on Earth, such as iridium and so on. And asteroid mining will provide us the catalyst for, I feel like, the next generation of technology. With AI and robotics and quantum computing, all these require these, very specialized materials, and they're very rare on Earth. It makes them super expensive. But by making it more abundant, they can you bring down the cost for these things and making them more accessible for poor people. I mean, less fortunate people.
Yes.
So that's why I feel like the main benefit is. And plus, you're not destroying the environment. I mean, environment, there's so much land gets destroyed in the mine, and you have to do it. And I'm not mad at mining companies to do it, because I like air conditioners, I like cell phones, I like computers. So, I mean, I understand these things are things that have to happen, unfortunately. But if we could do it and not do that, why not?
Sure, offset with minimal damage.
Exactly. I mean,
While we're on it,
yeah. Yeah, because the Earth, I mean, we only got one Earth. Mars, I mean, don't get me wrong, Mars can be colonized and eventually terraformed. And I even have a theory for that. That's another day. The Earth, we got one. We got one planet, and, it's already getting tore up by what we need now, and the more advanced we get, the more of these things we need, and the more land we have to chew up to get the minerals we need. And we need them, and we need to advance, but why not just not destroy the environment? I mean, if we can. I mean, mining will still happen on Earth. Iron, aluminum, coal, I mean, all these things, until we become a nuclear-based society also, which needs to happen. But anyways,
how do asteroids compare to Earth in terms of mining potential? Are there specific resources Expo Sol is talking about?
We're covering the PGMs, the platinums, the iridium, rhodium. There's a lot of other minerals that I'm sure will become valuable. Also, there's like gold and there's silver, cobalt, stuff like that. But their primary focus at first is the PGMs, because they're the most valuable.
And who knows what we might discover.
Oh yeah, there's got to be some cool stuff. And, I'm sure there's potential in ice, but, our primary function at first is the PGMs, because those will bring us the capital we need to advance.
What technologies are we developing or planning to use for mining and transportation of materials?
Well, technology we're using is currently everything our design, except for our conveyor system, is existing technology. We have to adapt it for space, such as drilling head. I mean, you have to use specialized materials because the temperatures are extreme. and your pipes and hoses and everything like that have to be a little bit different than what you can do on Earth. You can't go to like the basic route. You got to go the premium route. But it's all existing tech, and it's utilizing technology that we already all know exists and operates today efficiently. So our conveyor system is something we are developing. I do see the need for more power. Nuclear batteries or RTGs are definitely the technology that I would like somebody else to develop.
Yeah.
Because that's a specialized field. If you're messing with nuclear stuff, you need to concentrate. You don't need to be doing 15 things. But definitely nuclear power is power sources are key. But outside that, we got to develop a conveyor system.
How do you overcome challenges like scanning for valuable asteroids, fuel, or navigating complex orbits?
Well, complex orbits is something you have to think about on an individual basis. You gotta look at the asteroid and see if it's worth going for. Because it could be worth, a couple $1 billion, and you're like, ooh, pretty. But it has this crazy spinning orbit that makes it wildly unstable and wildly hard to predict. It's like, well, how many ships do you want to lose trying to mine that before it becomes pointless? What's the first part of the question?
How do you overcome challenges like scanning for valuable asteroids and fuel?
That's a good one. Okay, fuel, we're going to fuel first. Starship is designed to be refueled in orbit. So once we launch, we'll refuel in orbit, send it out to the asteroid, come back, and then probably refuel again for landing. It needs fuel for landing. So I think not the next test, but the test after that, they're going to try to do where they refuel in orbit and do the demonstration for that. So that's about to be proven within the next 6 months to a year, depending on how long it takes them to do the test. After that is scanning. Now that is something. Right now they have scanned a few asteroids. UW11. That UW has been scanned. We did a close flyby a few years back, like 2015. Flew real close, and they were able to get some detail scans on it. But we would like to develop a satellite just for the sole purpose of scanning and tracking asteroids of all sizes and figuring out what they're worth. Obviously, is our goal. But also for protection of the Earth. As people have noted lately, there's a lot more close calls with these asteroids than people realize. And there's millions of them out there. So having a dedicated system for asteroid detection and scanning, no reason we can't get all the data off of it and see what the potential value of each rock is out there. And you definitely want to, once you develop the first one, you just want to set a few of them out there and start scanning the asteroid belts. But the CubeSat systems will definitely provide us with that ability. But that's the technology that we definitely need to develop ourselves too. And we do have a basic plan for that, but we're not quite there yet.
And what is the biggest challenge Expo Sol is facing?
That's the question.
What's the biggest challenge Expo Sol is facing?
Financial, obviously, is everybody's challenge, but honestly, it's money. We have the plan. I have pretty much the complete design. We need a prototype. We need to build the prototype. We need to raise the funds to build the prototype, and then raise the funds to get the rocket, put the prototype in the rocket. The prototype won't be as nearly expensive as the rocket, thank God. But it's our biggest things. We're looking for investors. Want to give me a chance? And that's why we're trying to sell merch and stuff. But our number one is money, and that's our biggest challenge. I feel like once I have the money to build it, we'll make it happen.
Where do you see Expo Sol and asteroid mining as a whole in the next 5 to 10 years?
Hopefully, if we get good traction here soon. We would love to be launching within 2 years, our first mission. And after that, if it's successful as we, predict and it should be, I can definitely see us within 5 years being a multi-billion-dollar company, and within 10 years, not only owning a fleet of deep space miners, but freighters, shipyards. Within 10 years, yeah. I'm impatient. I want, there's no reason it can't happen. And be a multi-trillion-dollar company. I would love to be a multi-trillion-dollar company within 10 years. That would be my goal.
What about asteroid mining? How do you see that progressing in the next 5 to 10 years?
Luckily, even our best projection, I think our Starship should, 100 tons seems like a lot, but really it's not. And it's rated for 150 tons, 200 he's saying now, but I would definitely, we would keep it around 100 tons, especially at first, because we don't want to blow them up each time. We want to reuse the ships.
Yes.
And, so over the next 5 years, it would be pretty much heavy into PGMs at first, and then the golds.
But do you think asteroid mining will be more recognized and more something we'll see more often in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, definitely, no matter what. Because you have, we're not the newest, we're not the smallest technically, but you got several companies you got a company like Asteroid, which has been developing for a couple years now, and they're about to launch their second mission, and good for them. They're not mining this one. I think it's to land and actually do a little bit of mining and a little bit of refining and just test out the waters. So they're already ahead of the game. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. They're doing it a different way than I want to do it, which is fine. There's plenty out there.
Yeah.
And
that's how it is living.
Exactly. So no matter what, even if we don't succeed, they're already on track. So I definitely see the industry growing, and within 10 years, I see it being as commonplace as mining on Earth.
Okay. Where do you see Expo Sol? I already said that. How will asteroid mining change industries on Earth, and how could it benefit future colonies on Mars, the Moon, and even here on?
Industries on Earth will change. Some mining, obviously, some mining operations will hopefully not, be created. Or exist, because I don't want anybody to lose their job. But I do see. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. But I also see a lot of industries starting, a lot more AI and artificial intelligence industries definitely becoming a thing. With cheaper materials, you can build more. So a lot of higher tech computers will become much more accessible. And then new industries will form. I don't know what they are yet, but I'm sure. But once you go to space, though, you have to support that. And once people start moving like the moon and stuff like that, you have to support that. So I knew industries will start there, and helping the colonies out. All the green tech, all the new green tech, the batteries, stuff like that will definitely develop in a way that will benefit everybody. Because if solar panels work better, windmills work better, and nuclear reactors work better, and they're more efficient and they're cheaper, and it just benefits everybody.
Yeah. Are there plans to diversify beyond asteroid mining?
Yeah. We want to get into ship construction early on. We have plans to assemble a shipyard space pretty quick. We want to build prefab ships on Earth, just reassemble in orbit, and the first space operations. We used the Starship refueling method to refuel them, and the Starship crew ones to bring the crew up there and send them on long-term mining operations. Also, you definitely want to look into freighter services. A big cargo mining ship, minus the mining stuff is a freighter. So if we're already building them for that, might as well build them for, you got the Mars colony ready to happen, so you got that transfer window and maximize it, make the money.
What kind of partnerships or collaborations are you looking for?
Any and all. I mean, I would love to meet up with somebody that wants to just concentrate on mineral refinement in orbit or zero gravity. That's an area I'll admit I know enough to talk about it, but not enough to say I know a lot. There's a lot to learn there, and you really want somebody. I would love to find somebody whose focus is that. That's their passion. Collaborate with them because that would be the circle of life. I mine, they refine, we both make a fortune. Everybody's happy. I definitely can see the benefit, partnering with somebody like that. Any other people who want to start an asteroid mining company too. I mean, if you don't necessarily want to start it, I'm always looking for people who are willing to come on board and potentially help us move forward.
What's a moment in space exploration history that deeply inspires you?
Obviously, the Apollo 11, the moon, man on the moon, is an awesome feeling to watch that. Also, the Dawn mission. Dawn was a NASA probe they sent to 2 different asteroids in the asteroid belt. They did a deep survey on each series, and oh my God, both of them were featured in the show Expanse. If you've ever seen that, but it left Earth, went to surveyed one, and it flew across the asteroid, surveyed another, and I think it's still surveyed a couple more. That inspired me because it showed that it proved to everybody that we can go to one stop and go to another. We can do multiple things, multiple different controlled things, because it went to orbit each one. So that was also a big inspiration. I haven't mentioned that yet, but yeah, Dawn, it is asteroid related too, it's even funnier. But, it's not sci-fi, honestly. You look at it and you're like, well, why can't we, you have to make the first step to make the second step, so.
Yeah. So, if you could mine any asteroid, real or fiction, what would it be?
2011. You know, 2011, it's worth $5 trillion. There's Psyche that's worth a ridiculous amount of money, and it is, but it's a lot of iron, and it's so big, like, it would take me forever to mine it, just because, it's the size of a small moon, so it's a ridiculous amount of minerals. Obviously, that would be cool, but, that's the one. I can't think of a fictional. I'm sure I'm gonna kick myself in the butt afterwards and remember something from some sci-fi, but not really. Mining's never really been glorified, so it's never really been like the forefront.
Well, maybe they're not talking about mining, but like an asteroid that you could mine, maybe they haven't mentioned mining, but it's an asteroid.
It's a fictional one. If I could find one that's like pure platinum or pure iridium, that would be cool. Or a pure diamond one. From like an exploding planet that got trapped in the asteroid belt a long time ago, in a different solar system, or from the same solar system,
Alien asteroid.
or some, yeah.
All done around like spiders.
There will be a lot of science to be actually done with it too.
Yeah.
You'll discover new minerals, or you might discover things like travel to got here.
How accurate is the media, like movies, TV shows, video games, social media, anything, when it comes to space mining, and which one gets the closest to reality and how?
Well, not really at all, honestly. The first thing is everything's asteroid fields are like real dense, and you'll see a whole bunch of them. The average asteroid And the asteroid belt in our solar system, the average asteroid is 220,000 miles away from each other. 250,000 miles away from each other. So there's a lot of them there because it's so huge, but it's spread out. Then we Armageddon, the entire thing. Best part of that whole movie is the armadillo scene, which I gotta make sure you see before you leave, because I love that scene where they go through and they simplify it and industrialize it. They're like, you get rid of all the weak crap and making it so it'll survive the actual work. That's the best part of the movie. But yeah, they don't get it right very often. I mean, there's trying to think of The Expanse probably gets the closest of anything I've seen I can think of.
Well, yeah, space is so glorified and changed so much for science fiction and stuff.
Oh yeah.
A lot of it's in there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we just didn't know. And you gotta make it fun. Yeah, you gotta make it entertaining. I mean, Asteroid Mining, I get it, is not the most entertaining thing. But you know what? People watch Gold Rush.
I mean, for real life, maybe it's entertaining, but it's also entertaining if you want to watch not real life when you're watching movies. Get out of what's into life.
It is funny because, you know, I was just thinking, like I like watching the show Gold Rush. It's interesting. It's just, you know, and that's real life, but that's a challenge out there. And I think that's the point of that. But you're right.
A challenge that's actually reachable.
Yeah, but most people don't want to watch what they don't want. You don't watch the Carpenter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, or She-Rocker all day. Like,
some people.
I mean, short videos, baby, but yeah.
For listeners inspired by Expo Sol, how can they get involved and support our mission?
Number one, buy merch. It's definitely a quick, easy way. Merch. That's merch in here somewhere, right? Yeah. We are always interested in investors. We need all the capital we can get. Spreading the word, you know, liking and sharing, follow us on social media. Talk about us on social media is definitely cool. I mean, we definitely need all the, you know, bigger your name, the better you're off in this game, you know. So I definitely would say that.
What's one thing you'd say to skeptics who don't think asteroid mining is practical?
It hasn't been forever, so it's until Starship's done, I don't see it being practical. So I understand that, but you also gotta look forward. You gotta try to figure out a way to make it practical. And step one is, you know, the hardest step. But I definitely say, I understand. It's a risk. It's definitely a risk. Everything's a risk, though.
That's the hardest step, is taking a risk.
Yeah. But skeptics, I mean, I get it. Like, the space shuttle couldn't asteroid mine. You couldn't mine for a profit. None of the Apollo missions, none of the Russian stuff, none of the Chinese, none of the Indian. India is about to send an astronaut. Even SpaceX stuff, the Falcon 9, it can launch stuff, and you could go technically mine, but you couldn't mine enough to be worth launching it.
Yeah.
Even that low rate. I mean, you need a tonnage. So I definitely see, like, now it's getting to the point where it's almost ready for practical operations. But no, it has not been. So I understand why they're skeptical, but you also gotta, like, use some imagination.
So pretty much what you would say is, why are you looking at us too hot? How it's not now, but why not when it can be?
Exactly. Very well said.
Alright, so we have 3 questions left, but before we ask these last 3 questions, I have some questions. Why did the asteroid break up with the planet?
I don't know.
It just needed space. Why did Expo Sol refuse to mine on Mars?
I don't know.
Too many red flags. What do you call an asteroid that's good at math? This one I wasn't understanding, but I think I understand that.
Algebraic.
A meteorite. Because ore, because you're mining for ore. Why do asteroids always get invited to parties?
I don't know.
Because they always make an impact.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. I'm still on that one.
What did the asteroid miner say to his boss?
What?
I'm over the moon for this job, but it's a rocky career path. What's an asteroid's favorite kind of music?
Heavy metal?
Hard rock.
Oh, God. Oh, I saw. You didn't see that one coming.
What do asteroid miners say when they find treasure?
Yippee-ki-yay.
This orchestra is playing the right tune. And that's the end of my comedy for today, folks. And you're welcome. Good night.
Oh, love
Alright,
it.
last 3 questions. What keeps you motivated to push boundaries in this field?
Because why not? This is number one. I always look at everything about like why not? Why can't I? But number 2, because I don't know, like life, you need a goal in life, and my goal all my life has been to get to space, and I see this as a way to achieve that goal, and also make the human race better, make a mark in society. And profit, yes.
3 amazing things: achieving goals, helping society, being a good human, and
Lots of money. Hopefully.
If Expo Sol reaches its ultimate goal, what would that look like to you?
A bunch of space stations, refineries, farms, living areas, all spread out throughout the system. Fleet of freighters, fleet of miners, and us developing the tech to live in space long term comfortably. Not just, survive, but and pushing forward. I mean, beyond our Alpha Centauri is really not that far. I mean, it's 4 light years, 4 and change light years away. And so I'm sure there's a lot of money to be made there too.
Yeah, and a lot of ways that humanity can grow and improve.
That too.
This is so
And
close.
if you think about it, like all these space stations are basically going to be small countries. So, we might build them and lease them out or sell them or this, that, and the other too, but we're going to have the ability to build a whole society out in space. And if we do it right, it'll benefit everybody.
And if we're trying to go to Mars, we're going to need the money to go to Mars. And this is a good way to get resources that we're starting to run out of.
Oh, definitely. Resources are rare to begin with, and we're running low on.
We're going to get money, and that gives money to progress us forward, help the economy, help what we're trying to do from space. This is already centered around space. That gets us one step closer to exploring, understanding, profiting, and out there. And this is your last message and question. Is there a message you'd like to share with listeners about why asteroid mining matters right now?
Honestly, the best reason matters right now is just the environment and tech. It's society's on the precipice of a next big leap. We had the .com, we had the computer revolution, we had all those. And I think we're getting ready to make ourselves space-based. And to do that, we're going to need a lot of advanced tech and a lot of reliable, nice tech.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, tech is growing so rapidly, we need the resources to accommodate this growth. That now everybody needs a phone. It's not really safe without one. Everybody needs something. And it's growing and we're relying off of it. We need to accommodate to that to be able to provide that. Because if this is what we're relying on, we're going to have to supply it. So that's another way to go about it.
Awesome. Well, that was great. And I think despite some little background noises, it was a very productive podcast. And, she once again is new to the team. She's going to help us get some merch going, better merch. She's going to help with social media. We're going to build and grow. And, I definitely see the sky's the limit for us. And I hope you're happy. And
and we're going to keep in the description anything we need to if you have anything, you reach out to us. I can go through that and continue to move forward.
Awesome. Thank you. Good night.